All right, so I'm back. I have some big plans for tonight for trying to get some more stuff done. So I think what I'm gonna do is I got to go back to Blender and finish our goblin smashing scene. Um, so to play this out, I think what I'm gonna do is give the player a harpoon gun. They will then shoot at the goblins to harpoon them and then throw them into these spikes, and we'll have 3 spikes. I think that'll be the way to do it. So let me get this open, and I have to edit this a little bit more. Let me go to wireframe. We'll grab these and we'll bring them in. S on the Y. And then I'll bring this in. There we go. So we got that going on. Let me go back to wireframe. I mean, material. So I basically want to make 3 of these. 3 of these things, or whatever the hell you call them. So I'm gonna have to divide this thing again. Yeah, so I guess I'll grab this right here. We'll put another strip on it so we can add another safety thing, and then I can just grab these and expand them out, I believe. So if I got this, I got a wireframe, I grab that, and I can pull it out to like maybe around here, and then we'll get this one and pull it out to like somewhere around here and scale it in. So there we go. And then I think I want to do an inset on most of these. Just those 2 actually. I'm gonna go I to inset, and then I can put a drain. So I think what I'll do is actually on these I'll do an E, and we'll make it a big chute. So now I'm gonna try the individual origins thing. Normal. Individual origins, and if I scale this, there we go, that's what I fucking wanted. Alright, and I guess we'll bring this down a little bit further. And, you know, the player can infer that this goes into the 3 pipes that we see as the, whatever you call it, the fucking shit we made in the other scene. If we go, the pipes that are going down into these freezers over here, the player can assume that is the meat we are now collecting by shooting and spearing the goblins. So, let's head back into Blender. I'm gonna have to clean a lot of this stuff up. It looks pretty terrible, but I need to. Well, whatever, let's get this thing going first before I start adding in all my other stuff. So I think I can just select like a loop, and I grab all these. I can go, well, let me grab the whole thing and go Control A, and I'll apply the scale. Then I can go back to here, and I think I'll just select these as well, and we'll UV unwrap that. I think we'll leave that one as it is. There's really no reason to change it. Same with that one. Yeah. So, perfect. Now we'll go to, I guess, UV unwrap, and then if we look at the UV editing. Hey, how's it going? Nothing much. We're just finishing the goblin scene over here. The fucking goblin chucking shoots so we can spear them with a harpoon gun and then throw them into these chutes, and that will supply the meat for the scene below it. I think that's gonna be that's the way we're gonna do it. Oh man, it's also flipped the wrong way. Let me go back to edit mode. If I go R90, there we go. Is that looking more like it? Close enough. Whatever. So this is kind of a problem, but the player's never going to be able to see that anyway, so it's like, does it even matter? Whatever, I just need to solve it by putting a seam here. Mark seam, and then if I grab all of these and unwrap them, it should look better. Oh, maybe I need some seams too. Yeah, let's do some mark seams, and we'll do the same thing right here. Mark that as a seam, and yeah, might as well get these. And then I'll just select everything there. Not you, you're fine. This one right here, let's go UV unwrap, and I think now that's gonna give us some better results. Let's scale it out a little bit. Oh shit, I grabbed that other texture too. Damn, hold on, let me uncheck this one. And then I'll scale it out. Close enough, doesn't have to be perfect. So I guess the idea is that we're going to have these giant spinning Mortal Kombat death wheels over each one. And one will be like a chicken, one will be the nugget and the burger or the fry or the dog or whatever. So we'll just throw them into that one and then they'll die. And then that will replenish the meat. And then I guess we'll just have like a random amount that we need. And then it will just like, you'll have to keep going until you get the amount that we need. And I'll make, you know, we can make additional challenge by having like blue shirt goblins and green and yellow, and then you have to get the right ones and the right thing. But for right now, I just want the base mechanic of we get the guy, throw him in here, it makes the meat. That meat can be used in the next scene. It just breaks up the gameplay to have like two different things, I guess. And I got to make some type of vertical mount here, so I guess I'm gonna just go back to layout. And I'll do this. I'm going to hide this and go on the Y. And yeah, we'll put that here. We'll go add cube. And let me move it over here. We're just get a sense of scale. So I want to make it... let me bring it over here. S on the X is going to be like a thing that holds this big metal death spiral thing. So let's go E, and then we'll shrink that in, and then I'll E to extrude it back up. And I guess we should make this whole thing a little bit thicker on the X. So maybe like this, and then I'll just make a some type of like gear looking thing going into it. So a cylinder, then I'll rotate it 90 degrees, bring it over here and scale it on the Y. Let me go back to bounding box and global, and then I'll scale this on the X, and that'll be our wheel holder thingy. Yeah, so I mean, the player's never going to see any of that, but at least, I mean, they'll see some of it, but not like a lot of it. Let me bring that back. Let me get on top, and then we'll go over here and go G on the Y, bring that over. And then I guess we'll bring both of these over just a little bit, just so you can see the rod going in. Just like that. That looks pretty good. And it might be a little bit off-center, but it doesn't really matter that much. And then I guess we'll just texture this thing. Let me bring back the scene. So if I have this, what type of textures do I have? I have a rusty metal. Well, let me unwrap it first. I'll go A. Let me control A everything to apply. Let me start this up, and then edit. Shit, I never did it. Control A, apply scale. There we go. Now you're actually doing it. Alright, then I can go UV, unwrap. We'll see what that comes up with. Looks like crap, so let me just make some... is there anything else I want to do to this shape? Whatever, it should be fine. I gotta move pretty fast, so we're gonna grab all these and grab all these. I'm just gonna mark some seams real quick. And yeah, I guess I'll make probably 2 or 3 different textures on here. Yeah. Alright, so let me go mark seam, and then I'll just hit everything and say A, unwrap, and then we'll go to our UV editing and see how that looks. That looks a little bit better. So I'm going to apply a different material though. Let's try the yeah, for now that'll work. I mean, that's basically just what I'm going for. And then I'll have the safety thing applied around the bottom. So I'm going to bring that bottom up. So let me go on the Z. I'll go to vertex. I'll go and grab all these and then just bring this up till it's like, I guess right there. And then I think what I'll do is go on the edit mode and I'll grab all those around there, and then I'll assign them to this material. Oh shit. My bad, I meant to not do that. Let's go back there, and then we'll make a new material, and we'll assign this right there, and then we will go with the safety material. I should probably name my materials, but I won't. So there we go. That looks like garbage, but it's our garbage, so we'll keep it in. And then this I'm just gonna hit with a rust. We'll control A, scale, and then edit A UV, smart UV project, looking pretty good, probably good enough. It's going pretty good. How's it going for you? So we can grab these and move it over. I'm finishing out the goblin smashing scene. The idea is that I'm gonna have our player have a harpoon, like a harpoon gun, and they'll spear the goblins and grab them and then throw them into the different chutes, and they'll get ground up, and that will provide the meat and break up the gameplay from cooking. So it'll be a little bit of FPS along with some like I don't know what you call it. Task doing or something. All right. So let's I guess I'll just duplicate these a bunch of times. Well, not really a bunch of times, but 3 times for now. And then I can always come back to the scene and add more to it. But I just kind of want to get a feel for how we're going to do things. Shift D, G on the Y. And I'll probably just only export one of these and make an animation on only one of them. Because that would make sense, and then I'll just duplicate it in Godot. So we have those there. Yeah, I want to put the player on some type of platform, so I guess I'll just make that... right now we'll just be on the ground. I guess fuck it. And then... we're going to need something for the player to shoot, so we've got to make some type of weapon. Which is going to be fun. I'm envisioning some type of crossbow situation because that's going to be very easy to make. So I'm just going to, I guess, start doing that now. Let's go add a cube. Nice. So G on the Z will bring it up. I guess I'll smash this down to like right here, and then I'll bring it in. I'm probably going to cut it in half. Cut it there. And then we'll get rid of this side. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this right here. We'll go to solid. And I'm just going to start kind of moving it around until I get a shape that I want. So I'm going to scale it a little bit and then keep coming out. I'm just extruding. And this looks like a basic crossbow shape is basically what I'm going for. It doesn't have to be that great. And then I'm going to mirror it on the other side. Mirror. And Artless freezes up again. Perfect. So I think I need to make this... if I go here, we'll make this flat section a little bit wider. There, I'm going to add another loop cut. probably about there. I'm going to flatten it on the X scale, and then I'll go here and grab this and bring that down. Probably to like right here or something. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to scale this side in on the Z like that, so it looks a little more balanced. Oh, thanks. The music, yeah. I like it when it plays. But yeah, there we go. We'll turn that. Yeah, and then we'll have some type of string, and I guess the string will just scale, and then we'll have this kind of like go back and forth. It should be good. Now we need some type of like bottom to it, so I'll get the cube and I'll bring it up right here. I'm gonna scale it on the Z, bring it over like this, and yeah, I guess it should be just like a basic stock. So to get that rough shape, it would be like here, and then I guess if I brought this in, trying to think, yeah, more like that. Without doing too much work, you know. And that's way too wide. So S on the X, probably about here, and then it would get thinner and then wider. So we can have that, and then we'll just expand this out on the back, I think. I'm just going to hit E to extrude, and I'll scale it in as I'm going out, and just keep coming back. So we really don't need a whole bunch of like stuff back here, definition, because you're only going to see like the front and the bottom where it's going to shoot shit. Yeah, and then I'm envisioning some type of like trigger down here, so I'll just add that, make it a cube, and scale it, bring it over here. I guess I should loop cut it a few times, like here, here, and here. And then we'll go to vertices. Oh, what's up? How's it going? Alright, so we're making a crossbow for our player to spear goblins and throw them into chutes if you're just joining us. So we have our trigger here, just making a very simple low poly one. You probably won't even be able to see that as the player or whatever, because you're going to be holding it, you know, like this. But I guess you'll see it when you pull it up or whatever. But I'll probably take a picture from the side anyway. Yeah, rat dog. Yeah. Man, I have a stack of ramen noodle cups in my office that I'm just like, it's what I've been eating for the past like 3 days. Because I get home from work and then I do these streams and then I have like some time to sleep. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to object and shade smooth on this. Probably on these two. Shade smooth, and we'll do the same up here. Shade smooth. I want to get some type of wooden texture for this. I'm sure I have one somewhere. I'm going to check around real quick. Actually, yeah. Didn't I have one for the horror cooking game that I can just use? Let me go to image texture. I'm sure I had a wood somewhere. Textures. Dark rock, fridge, fake wood. There we go. Good enough. It's going to be a fake wood crossbow. Nice. That's perfect. So we'll grab that. We'll hit A. Control A, scale, edit, and then we'll UV, smart UV project, I guess. And that looks that looks like a fucking piece of wood, you know? Who cares? So we could just take the easy way out for right now and apply the rust to this, and we'll say we'll fix it later, but we probably won't. And then I'll grab this and go UV, smart UV project probably, and that should help us out a little bit. I need to make some type of string. I'll probably just add probably a cylinder instead of a cube, and we'll make it like 16 verts. Make it real small there, and then we'll bring it up like this. Yeah, well, I have it's Atkins iced coffee protein shake, and I have a bunch of sparkling waters too. I have an entire pack of sparkling waters that I plan to drink. So yeah, gotta stay hydrated. There we go, and I'm gonna what is it, shift on the Z, I guess. No. S, shift, X. There we go. I think that's the one I want. It's a... it does kind of look like a pickaxe. Yeah, I think I need to make this a little bit longer. Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Now it no longer resembles anything like a pickaxe. Perfect. So we'll shrink this down on the Y, I guess. Oh wait, no, it was S shift X basically. Yeah, we want to make it smaller. There we go, and then we'll go S on the X and bring that here. So I'm just thinking about how I'm going to animate this thing. I guess I should put some loop cuts in here. So we have one there. We're going to put... maybe we should just keep the one. We'll have the one here. It'll just pull this back, and then the other two down here will stay there. I think I will add one over here and over there. So let me grab that and click off, and then I want to add a loop cut. It's being very difficult. There we go. I want to add it, but be all the way over here. Let me... This loop cut is throwing me for a loop, so we'll move it down here. Oh, I meant to hit GG, so it just slides along those vertices. I'm going to do one here, and I'll do one on the other side with the same idea. So we'll bring that, whoops. Yeah, that one's there. We'll add this one. Perfect. Alright, sorry, I keep having to cough, and I don't want to cough into the mic. So, we have a little separation right down there, and we got a little separation right down there. It doesn't matter that they're even. I'm just going to use a bone to hold those where they are, and then move this vertices in the middle. And I think what I'll do is, instead of just having one notch, I'll add some more in the middle just to give it a little more. So we'll add one here, and I don't know why that one now wants to be in the middle over there, but we'll add it where it should be, right here. And this one, I kind of want to have them be a similar distance away so it looks good. I think this is going to work out for me. Maybe not, but we'll hope and we'll pray. So we'll have this now. We got our crossbow. I don't know what type of texture I'm going to put on here. What happens if I just put this random light colored texture on there? That's fine. So, okay. I should probably make sure it evens out here. I'm going to hide this and hide our goblin guy. And then I can go on this side, and we'll grab this and bring it up on the Z. And then I think we'll do the same thing here, just a little bit up. So it's kind of like riding there, and this a little bit up. And there we go, perfect. So I think I'm going to join Should I join everything or not? I guess we should. Why not? Control J. Oh yeah, I shouldn't because I got modifiers. Let me apply the modifiers. What am I doing? Apply right there. And then we can... I guess, yeah, there really is no reason not to join them. So I'll just join them. And then I'll go add, let's start adding our bones. So we'll go armature, single bone. I've never animated a crossbow before, so this might be a learning process. But my idea is to put one bone here that's going to pull like these vertices back. We'll put one here and one there. And they'll be on this side and that side. And then we'll put one here and one there. And they'll kind of control this part. So we'll have some bending here and some bending there, and this will bend back, but this should stay pretty rigid as long as we don't move them at all. And that's my goal. So I guess we should take this one and put it as the base bone, and you know, that should work right there. I always include a base bone. I don't even know if that's a good thing to do or not, but it makes me feel better. So we'll then go to edit mode. We'll go to pose mode and pose it with a single bone. Oh yeah, the bell animation. The bell animation was perfect. I'm still happy about that one. People hated that one. Yeah, R180. I like them all to face up. Is that how I should do it? Just have them face up? I guess no. I'm gonna do it this way. R90. And then we'll move it, and viewport display in front. There we go. We'll put this here, and then I'll just grab it and make another one on the other side. Whoops, shit. Shift D, and I'm just gonna go R180, and we'll move it. Doesn't have to be super precise, but somewhere around there. And I think I'll make another one. Let's grab both of these and we'll shift D and bring them back, and we'll put them here and here. And I think what I'll do is tilt them in like this. I think that'll be the way to do it. Sorry, my cat is already scratching at the door, and if I let him out in the hall, he's gonna go fuck with Goblin. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing about it, and I'm tired of fucking dealing with them. But should only be, I don't know, I'm training them slowly to be friends. So let's add another bone, single bone, and we'll bring that back on the Y. I wish it didn't start from the origin. That's kind of weird. Can you relax for a second? Come here. Stop it. And then we'll spin it negative 90 and bring that in. So it should be like right here on the string. And yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. So let's try and apply that. I'm also going to apply a texture down here. We'll say object, oh no, not object, we'll go here and just put the trust and rust. We'll save that, and let me save this. Yeah, we'll go here and control P. We'll say with automatic weights, and we'll see what Godot comes, Blender comes up with. We'll go to pose mode. Let me make sure that all of these are children of the big bone. I actually got to go to edit mode and do that. I might have messed it up. Let me actually hit Control Z a bunch of times. So there we go. So I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to edit it first and make these. Yeah, all of these are going to be children of the big bone, and we'll say keep offset, so that way they're all parented there. And hold on, let me go address something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, you have to go into this room. And then you are free to go out there if you want. Perfect. So let's go right back into this. We got this now, and we can parent it. So we'll grab the rig first, then the bone, and say Control P with automatic weights. Now let's see what Blender came up with. If I pull this back on the Y, so that's exactly what we want right there, but not what we want on our model. So that's easy to fix. We'll just go to object mode. And then more of my favorite stuff, we're going to do some weight painting. So I can go and grab this. If I get my selection box here, I can start selecting like individual objects. So I'll do that. Then I'll go back to subtract. And we'll subtract all influence from the, what do you call it? The stock of the crossbow. There we go. So now we have that. That actually worked pretty well. I didn't expect that to work as well. What if I move these? So if I move this, if I kind of go like that just a little bit, because that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, I just saw that. King of Sanity. I like to watch old ladies take dumps on ironing boards. I don't know what's going on with that guy. Great comment, though. You know, peak comment of the day. And so these are there. We got that. So I think that's good. So we should probably make a fire. I'm going to go Alt-R, Alt-G to return that. And then, yeah, let's make a fire animation. So we're on the animation. We go to... action editor. Let me go to Artlist. Thank you for stopping. We'll continue that. We'll go here and let's just start making it. So let me return it to 0. I guess we gotta have like one where it's loading, and then we'll have another where it's firing. So I guess we should have one that's just like idle, nothing happening. So that's what I'll do here, is just hit A, insert, location, rotation, and scale. We're going to do scale on this one because I might scale some shit. Okay. I could download the songs, but then I would have a ton of songs and I'd have to use Windows Media Player to play them. Damn, that was fucking cold. It got all over me. Alright, so we got an idle animation. Yeah, I was doing that, and then I was like, I don't know, it was a pain. So yeah, I'm actually going to duplicate this, and we'll just make it like 20 seconds, so a 1 second animation. Doesn't really matter, and we'll call this idle crossbow. And then we'll add another one, and I guess this will be retracting. So I guess we'll say loading. We'll call this one loading. Loading crossbow. And I'll delete this one, and then I'll go back to like here, and I'll bring this back to like there, I guess. I'll insert a rotation, 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 location, and scale, dude. I'm totally fucked. It's Friday, man. It's Friday, and I got nothing better to do than to code some Godot games. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're going to spin these and bring them back just a little bit. And, you know, we could make them even, or we could just kind of estimate. And we'll bring this back as well, and bring that back. And I can see that has some influence on the armature. This is probably going to look ridiculous. Let's see how this looks. Insert, yeah, location, rotation, and scale. There we go. So, actually that's not bad. And then, yeah, it'll stay in that position. just like that basically. So we'll have it, and then we'll say fire crossbow. Fire crossbow. And yeah, I guess we'll just return it here. We'll just reverse the order of these basically. Go from this one to that one, and probably in a much faster span of time. Like if 20 frames is 1 second, we'll probably be like a quarter of a second, right? So it'd be like that, maybe even faster. Yeah, I think that's a little too fast. Probably, yeah, and then maybe a little recurve on there wouldn't be so bad. So if it like sprang forward a little bit like this, and we'll just move these on the Y, G on the Y. I guess we'll exaggerate it just a little bit, just because it's like, you know, it's a video game. So we go like that, and then we'll hit A, insert location, rotation, and scale. And so let's see. Yeah, then we gotta snap back to where we should be normally. And I'll bring this back to 0. Yeah. Oh, never mind. We gotta bring this. I'll get rid of this one. We'll come here, and then we'll say Alt R, Alt G, and then we'll insert there. So it would be like this. Let me go to Material Preview, and we'll close that. So that's not horribly bad. I mean, we could do better, but we could also do worse. So we got a fire, we got a load, and then we have like I guess we should have one idle where it's cocked, so we'll call that one cocked. So we'll just go here, and I'll call it cocked crossbow. And then we'll just have this repeat like that. So there we go. Now we have our cocked crossbow. So cool. Yeah. And was thinking about having some type of cartoony like fishing reel on the side of this thing, so like after you shoot it, you know, it's just you can see the reel going around and around as you're pulling them in. I think that would be really funny. I'm just thinking, where would I fucking attach it to? I guess I would have to put like a pole sticking off the side of this thing and throw it in, or I don't know. I'm trying to think how I can do this without it looking so ridiculously goofy. Whatever, I can always add shit in later. Let me just make a fishing reel. Let me do that real quick, because that's pretty easy. I'm just going to use a super easy technique on the Y. We're going to scale that. And then we'll go S on the X. I'm going to cut this in half. So I only have to do half the work, and we'll go here. We'll go to wireframe, get rid of this, delete it, vertices, we'll grab this, and we can then get this side, go to E. I think I can just, now I'm going to grab these. Let me go to solid. Grab these and scale them out. Actually, I'll hit E and then scale them out with... Actually, no, I think I can just hit E and then S, and that should be what I want. I believe, yeah, it should be fine. And then I also want to basically grab, I think, all of this and get that closer to this right here, so it's like a thinner lip. And then we'll grab all of this and bring this farther out on the X. We'll go to add modifier. We'll go to mirror on the, I guess on the Z. There we go. And if I go to solid, so we have that fishing rod type thing. And Yeah, let me actually look up a picture of a fishing rod real quick. It's been forever since I've been fishing. Fishing rod. Images. Old school is what I want. I want like an old. The ones they had when I was a kid. Yeah. I'm looking for like one of these. So we're just gonna have the like plates on the side and then just the handle coming off it. And then a thread going to it, and you'll just see that thing spinning all around. Oh man, old school RuneScape. There we go. That's the game. Okay, so we'll just put like I'm gonna grab these. I'm just gonna grab an eye in here and do an inset. Make a little raised bump, like that, just because that's gonna look a little bit better. And yeah, I think then I'll just have a reel sticking off the side. Yeah, and I'll just have like doesn't really have to be functional at all. So I'm gonna go R90, S, and then S on the X. We'll move that out. I'm gonna have like this just coming through, just a bar like coming through and then bending around and going into the wood of the gun. So we'll put this here, put that there. We'll then go here, we'll grab our vertices, and I can do this like that. Just like that, and I need to go up a little more, so we'll grab that and go E, and then R, and spin it just like this, and then go back through here, and that should be fine. And I want to see how we could attach that. I just go up and then I shrink it down like this, and I'll spin it and put it like right here. So that would look cool. And then yeah, we'll have some type of rod coming off of this side, and this whole thing will spin with the rod. Probably not with it, probably like against it, because I'll probably fuck up the animation somehow, but that'll be fine. And then we'll go back. Let me spin this. We'll go over here. Pretty much just using only simple shapes, because that's about all I know how to do. So then we'll grab over here. We'll get this face. I'm gonna E and then bring this out, and then hit E again and bring that out. Make a nice little dome. Like this. So we'll have that handle, and we just need to make it have a little shape to it. I need to turn off these things right there. There we go. The normal showers, or whatever the hell you call them. Those are a pain in the ass when you don't want them. When you do need them, they're pretty useful. So let's spin this, give it the same treatment we gave the other one. I might have to put a loop cut here and bring that down. I'll put another one, oh shit, right there. We'll spin it. Doesn't have to even look remotely good at all. That's the art style we're going for with this piece. This is a commentary on the society we live in. Right here. Alright, so there's our fishing rod thing that I wanted to add on there on a whim. So let's grab all of these. I guess I'll join them, but I'm going to shade them smooth, so shade smooth. shade smooth, and shade smooth. For right now, I'm just going to make all of them the rusty texture, and then maybe the handle will be like a little wooden thing. So let's do that. Let's go to rust. We'll go to material preview. I guess it only did it for that one. Let's go to rust again, and then we'll go here and we'll say rust, and then I'm going to grab like specific parts like this right here. And then I'm going to add a new material, and I'll hit, well, not a new one, but it'll be the, where is the flooring that I made? I think that is it, assign. So yeah, I think that's the wood texture. Pretty sure. If I go to edit mode, let me go to Control A, all transforms, then I'll go back to edit mode, turn back on my blender shit, and I'll UV unwrap. So that's pretty messed up. What if I go here and I grab, whoops, a UV, smart UV project. That looks a little better. So that's about what I'm going for. And then on this one, I'm going to grab like, I think all of these. Let me go to my selection circle. I'm going to grab all of these here. And yeah, those are going to be the other material, this one. So we'll assign. So you'll have a wooden texture there, so it'll look a little bit better. So I think that looks pretty cool, and maybe I'll have a separate animation player for this, probably be a separate armature. That makes sense to me. And I might even import the models separately, because we might not even use this. But let me grab some coffee real quick. Okay, so perfect. And yeah, what else do we need to do? I guess I should end up, let's apply that modifier. And then we have this, we have that, and this. We're going to join them all together, Control J. And yeah, I think what I'll do is put a bone here and then a bone on this one. Actually, all we really need to do is rotate this. So we'll just put a bone on this right here. So let's go add armature single bone. So we'll bring this up. I'm going to put this one on basically the handle, and the handle will be the base, just because that's how you would, you know, think of it mainly. So we got that there. We'll have that right there. I'm going to go Shift D and then R90 negative right there. And then we'll go in front. And let me straighten that out actually. I'm going to hit Alt R so it goes to its base transform, and then go R90 negative. So it's like that. And then we'll put it right in the center of our thing right here. So that should be pretty cool. And then we'll just do this. I'm going to rename... oh damn, I didn't mean to do that. Let me get this one and all collection. So this is the fishing rod. Okay, so we got the fishing rod. Now we need to go here to edit mode and then add a bone that way. So then we'll go add single bone. It's going to start at the origin. Thank you. We'll go R90, R180 negative, so it's facing the correct way. We'll then bring it up and scale this to about right here. And then we'll put this right in the middle right there. So it's looking pretty good. then we can, we'll rotate that, but we want to grab this, grab the armature, and this will be the spinning, the spin part. Sorry, I can't think of a better word right now. And then this one will be the handle, and we'll make the spin part a child of the handle. So we'll take this one, let me put them in front. We'll grab this one, and we'll grab that one and say Control P, and then say keep offset. So it's parented there. And then we'll just make a spinny animation. So we'll just go animation. Where's our shit? There we go. So we'll grab this one. I guess we'll say, oh, we don't have it parented yet to our rig, so we got to do that. We got to grab this and grab our armature and say Control P with automatic weights. Then I'll go to, I guess I'm gonna spin this one, pose mode, R on the X, I guess. We'll spin it. And then we'll see if any of these vertices are affected, and we can see that they are. So we just need to go to object mode again. We'll grab this and go to weight paint. And we just need to subtract from, oh shit, not that. Let me make sure I can only select these right here. If I go to N, if I open my tools, I hit this and hit L, then I can select it, and then I can Alt and make sure I don't have any vertices selected there. There we go. Now I should be able to go back, and if I go to pose mode, I can now spin this freely. So I guess I'll get one. Here I'll go insert. I'm actually going to go Alt R, and then I'll insert. Why not? Location, rotation, and scale. And then we'll go, I guess, like 10. That would be half a second, or maybe more. Let's spin it. Well, we got to do 360. So R360. And then we'll insert location, rotation, and scale. So it would be like, I guess nothing. What? Maybe 3. I guess because it goes all the way back around. Hold on. Maybe I didn't do that right. R 360. And then if I insert location, rotation, and scale, and then if I play it, I thought it would spin. What if I spin like 10 degrees there? Yeah, so it is moving. It's staying all the way around in the same spot. So I guess I would have to go like 359 degrees. Yeah, so R359, insert location, rotation, and scale. And then if I do this, what would happen? Are you gonna loop correctly? No, because it just moves. It moves the 1 degrees. So, what if I go negative 360 here? Why is this so difficult? Delete. I'll go Alt R, get it back to normal, insert, location, rotation, scale, and then I'll go here, and I'm just going to rotate it until I feel it's right, and then if I hit an insert here, is it going to rotate the direction I want? No, it just rotates to the fastest way, I guess, right? Keyframe type, let's see, interpolation mode. Easing mode. I don't know. I know how to make things loop in Godot, so maybe we'll just make the animation in Godot, and that'll be simpler. So for right now, I'm just going to delete the the armature, and we can figure that out pretty easy in Godot. And we'll just bring this in separately. And I think I'm going to separate these two. So this is going to be separate. We'll go L, P by selection. And we'll leave that separate from this, so I can just spin this in Godot, and then we can just attach it through there. So that should work too. Cool. I'm going to export this, and we can start coding it with our player. So what do we want to do? Well, I still have a lot of shit to finish here. Alt-H to unhide everything. So we have these that will act as our goblin throwing in things. You know what, for now this is enough for us to get started. I'm going to export everything here. Yeah, just not all together. So let me do this. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this space here. Damn it, I gotta fix this texture real quick. We'll probably end up changing this arena anyway, but whatever. Let me grab all of these. And I have to unwrap them. Great. Whatever. Let's grab these. Mark seam. Same here, mark seam. And pull a seam there. And that should serve us pretty well. And I was going to add grates like you see on that one over there, but there's really no reason to, I feel like. So, and then down there, I guess we really don't care, but fuck it. Mark seam, there we go. So, how is that going to look? Let me grab all of those. I'll go up on top. We'll get all these, and we'll get all of these, and we'll say UV, I guess, unwrap. Then I can go to UV editing, and if I take a look at what I'm doing, I should be able to make them look a little bit better. So that's good enough in my book. I'm not going to stress out too much about it, just so that they look decent. And I'll probably add some like blood splatter or something in the future. But yeah, so there we go. I want to export one of these as the crushers. So I'm going to grab all that. And is this applied? Yeah, I think so, right? No, it's not. So apply. And we'll go apply. Yeah, if you want to know, if you don't watch me, what we're doing right now is making a horror-themed cooking game in Godot. So we have this here. We have a bunch of stuff to cook. What we're doing now is making a scene where we can smash some goblins to create the meat for the cooking. So we're making a crossbow to shoot the goblins in the back, and then we can kick them into these big Mortal Kombat thingies that'll grind them up into a fine paste and come down these tubes that you see right here into our meat section. So yeah, it's a game where you have to cook stuff to escape limbo. That's the general idea. Now we've kind of lost the plot here, and I'm just kind of doing a bunch of shit, but it's going pretty well. So the idea is we're coding it all on the fly, just kind of figuring stuff out as we go. So let's go GLTF, exporting this shit. Let's go to horror cooking game. I guess scenes. This will be the Goblin Arena. There we go, and we'll export that. Goblin. What is this going to be? The Smasher. And we'll say include selected objects, export GLTF. Yeah, I don't know if we're doing great, but you know, we're definitely doing something. So we'll grab the crossbow. We'll export him next. Luckily, that didn't have any animations, so we should be good. I meant the crushers, but the crossbow does. So let's see. File, export, GLTF. We're going to call it crossbow. Crossbow. Include selected objects. Awesome. I guess I should have got the thing with it, but whatever, not a big deal. We'll probably come back for that later, and then let me get the arena. So we'll go File, Export, GLTF, and we'll go Smashing Area, I guess. Smashing Area. For some reason that reminded me of the old Nick show. What was that? The Wild Thornberries, dude. Holy fuck! That was when I was like a little kid. All right. Fuck. Now we need the goblin. Let's grab him. The Goobler himself. We'll grab his pants and his little fucking vest and shit. He also doesn't have his eyes. Stop. And then we will grab his eyes. So Alt-H, reveal everything. And then we will grab... We gotta get his mouth and shit. Let me hide some of this stuff. There we go. We'll grab all of that. And we'll export it. That was probably the better way to do it. Let me hide this empty as well, because we, well, fuck it. We can't get him. We're just going to get it. Export. GLTF. Where is it at? The goblin. Goblin. There we go. Include selected objects. There we go. So that should work out pretty well for us. We do have some animations on him. I can't remember if we renamed them or not. We probably didn't. So if I go to animation, oh yes, we did rename them. Awesome. So, cool. That's good. Nice. Let's go into Godot and see what we can do. Damn, did I really export all of those to the wrong place? I bet I did. No, I didn't, right? There's no way. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Fuck. Let me do this. I gotta export that shit again. Oh, great. Alright, let me hide this. Grab the whole goblin. I'll go to wireframe, make sure I grab all of them. I'll go File, Export, GLTF. Gotta go up into these scenes here. Make a new folder and call it Arena. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Good enough. And then yes, goblin, include selected objects. Perfect. Alright, now we can go back and get the other stuff that I put in the wrong area. If my thing wants to load. Alt-H. There we go. Perfect. So let's grab the crossbow and the bones and we will export those. This time I'm going to grab the fishing rod holder thing that we made with it. Right here. And I'll export all that. Let me make sure I don't have anything else selected. Alright, perfect. File. Export GLTF, and we'll call this crossbow. And include selected objects. Awesome. Hello, how's it going? And I guess thank you for telling me the correct way to spell arena. I would never have figured that out on my own. I'm a super bad speller. So we need the arena as well. So let's go File, Export, GLTF, and we'll get the fucking... We're going to get the meat grinders with it. I forgot that I have to do these separately. So we're going to grab all these and the arena. File, Export, GLTF. We'll name this one correctly. And then we'll include selected objects only. Awesome. Yeah, cool. Cool arena. This shit's gonna load. It doesn't like the goblin, but that's okay. If you could just cooperate with me for a few minutes, that'd be cool. There we go. Awesome. So, perfect. Now let's go to, I guess we should start making that a new scene. So I'm going to grab our, where was it at? It was in scenes. It was in Ariadnia, however the fuck I spelled it. So let's grab the arena. We'll bring that in. And I'll then make that local so we can edit it. I'm going to turn the roughness down so it's not so, or whatever. Let's just, fuck it for now. We'll call this, Goblin Smashing, area. And the idea is we'll have them running around, and then we'll throw them into these holes, and eventually I'll have pictures that say what they are, and we'll have like a quota of how much to get, and that'll be displayed on the player's UI. So let's get the player in here. We can do this. We'll say player. We'll bring him in. He has no gravity or anything. He can just move around and interact with stuff. And instead of the hammer, we're going to need to give him the crossbow. So I guess... yeah, we really don't need the hammer for anything right now. We can just go to the player's scene and hide it. Yeah, for right now, and then I'll add a different weapon holder, and then we'll just code it so we can only have one weapon active at a time, but that'll be the way to do it. So I'm going to make another holder on our camera swivel. It's going to be a node 3D. Perfect, and this will be our, I guess we'll call it the crossbow holder, because why not? Crossbow holder. And then we'll bring in our crossbow. So I think we have a GLB right here. We're going to make that local so we can edit it, and then I think it has an animation player. Let's take a look at our animations and shit. Let's actually go here, go to our transform, and move it to where our player should be. Okay, so we got a preview of our camera. Awesome. So we're going to have to spin it around 180 degrees and then move it forward, bring it down. I guess something like that, and then maybe rotate it up a little bit. So yeah, our crossbow is actually positioned down there. Awesome, but it doesn't really matter. It's all relative. It's just a point. I guess it doesn't really fucking matter at all. But we can have it there. Nice, and so that doesn't look so good. What about if I raise it up a little bit? Crossbow. I think that looks a little better, so we can see the arrow and stuff, and then maybe not so much of an angle. Bring it back just a little. That would be good. And then I guess when he's reeling it in, maybe I'll move it to the side or something. But yeah, let's try one of our animations and see what happens. So let's try fire crossbow. Yeah, so I mean that's not bad. And then we need to make an arrow as well, or a harpoon basically, So let's go back to Blender real quick. And we'll go add mesh, cylinder, bring it up, spin it on the X, and then we'll scale it out on the Y like this. We got to make it about the size of this so we can make it overly sized and cartoony. S on the Y, bring it like right here. And yeah, I think I'm just going to cheap out here and make a mesh, where do we got it? A cone, and then put a cone on the end of it as a point. I think that'll make it obvious what I'm aiming for and aiming at, so good enough. We'll shrink it down and bring it back to like right here. And I guess I'll go to edit mode and make this a little bit smaller, so it's more of like a harpoon. So there we go, and let's get it right in the middle as close as we can, and we'll just have this be our arrow for right now. Control J, and then we're just going to give them a rusty texture, my favorite. So we'll put some rust on there, and then we will go File, Export, GLTF, include selected, and I'll just say arrow. Arrow. Alright, there we go. So, we have our pieces here. Yeah. I've never played that game, actually. I never really played Rust, but I played DayZ for a minute, and I kept getting murdered, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna grab more coffee. Alright. Cool. So, if we're in our... where is it? Right here. We haven't saved this scene yet. Let's go ahead and Control-Shift save, and this will be the goblin smashing area. We'll save it in these scenes. Nice. So, we need to make our goblins able to run around in here. Now we have this guy who's our goat buddy. We can essentially just swap out the model, because we really didn't add much to him. So I can just take this script and add, make another one basically. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to close some of these. We can leave that one open. Cool. So we'll go 3D scene. We'll bring in our goblin. Where is he at? Goblin, GLB. Then we'll go here. We'll go make local. We have a bunch of animations here. I'm going to delete these because we don't want them. I have to save this scene before I can change anything. So we'll call this goblin. Cool. And then... nice. He's looking pretty ugly. Not very friendly at all. Okay. So, what do we want to do? Let's bring that script in. I'm just going to copy and paste it, and then we'll edit it where it needs to be edited. So, let me delete everything here. And we'll go to our goat buddy, and I'm going to go Control A, and then I'll... Oh, I forgot to save it. Control C. And then we'll put it here. So I already kind of built this state machine on the screen the other day, so I really don't want to do it over again. But yeah, basically all it does is whenever you enter a state, it plays an animation and then does whatever logic you have to do. And we start off on the spawn animation. We're going to have a spawner that spawns us in. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet in this one. We need to change this. This is our animation player, so we can change that here. Let's just say animation player. There we go. We're going to need a navigation agent 3D, so let's go ahead and add that guy in. Navigation Navigation agent. Where are you at? Oh, it's up there. There we go. Nice, and that should be the same path. We're going to add to our group enemies. Our next state will be spawn. That's good. So if we spawn, we got to play an animation called spawn. Do we have that? I don't think so. We also got to get rid of these ones that aren't for us. So we're going to go to animation. Can we delete? Oh, I have to save. Let's save this in... Do we have an enemies? Enemies. Goblin Man. There we go. Now I can edit these. So let's go to animation. I think if I save, I should be able to delete now, right? Let me close this and open it back up. There we go. Go to the animation player, and now, yes, I can remove it. So we're not going to be able to move with that because we're not the crossbow. So I just need to go to those that we're not using and get rid of them. We'll remove it. The loading crossbow, remove. The fishing rod action, we're going to remove. And then that one, wherever the hell that's supposed to be. There we go. So we have this react, so I guess I can use that as my spawn animation or whatever. Or what is this? That looks pretty good too. So I guess we'll do that as our spawn. So what is that called? Fight idle, and then we have a different fight idle. Fight idle. Nice, and then our other idle will be fight idle B, or do we have an idle? No, we don't. So we'll say fight idle B up here. Perfect. Fight idle B. There we go. Do we have a run? We have a run, so if we chase, we enter run. If we need to swipe instead of punch, so we can still say punch down here. We'll just hit swipe in the animation. And there we go. Yeah, I guess we'll get rid of this. Yeah, let me get rid of that state right there because we don't want it. If we're only going to use punch, we shouldn't have swipe as well because I have the animation name swipe. So death, that looks fine. Spell, we have fireball, so we're going to call that fireball instead. Fireball. Take hit, and that will be react, so we'll call that react instead. And we have to hide, we don't have any blood just yet, so we're not going to worry about that. Cool. All those look pretty good. What else do we need to do? So on the goblin smashing area, we need to also take this arena, and we can add, let's see, I have the mesh for the, you know, it'd be easier to do this. We'll just make a plain mesh. So I'll go to a mesh instance. I didn't mean to make it there. Let's make it on the outside. We'll then return it to its natural position here, and we'll take the, we're going to make a, I guess, new quad mesh. You know what, let's actually make a box mesh. That's a better way to do it. So then we're going to scale it way out. We'll go, I don't know, 50. How about 300? And then that one we can leave at 1, and we'll go 700. So we have a big area to test stuff on. And we'll bring it down so it's just underneath the floor, like that. Maybe a little bit up, just like whatever. So this will be the, this is where our enemy's gonna walk. So enemy walk plane right here. And what we'll do is we'll, we need to add a collision, no, what are they called? Something 3D, navigation region, that's right. So then we take our enemy walk plane, we stick it under the navigation region, we add a new navigation mesh, and then we can bake a nav mesh on the mesh that we have right here. So this tells our enemy where he can walk. So now if I put our enemy in, he should already track us and attempt to kill us. Oh shit. Maybe, if everything I thought is coded well. So I'm just going to throw him into the scene. Yeah, I should just be able to throw him in. Okay, 3D, moment of truth, we'll just go up here and we'll say goblin. And we'll bring him over here and we'll run this scene. Alrighty. So we have him, he's just not doing anything. We also have our crossbow, which looks a little bit better than I thought it would. So, what is the issue here? I think the issue is, let's also add a, let's add a light. This will be a good opportunity to mess around with, let's actually add directional light, fuck it. Give it some real light. Whatever. Turn it up a little bit, make it bright. So why is our goblin, oh, that's just our goblin, TSCN. And then we'll bring him over here. We'll see what happens now. Script inherits from native type character body 3D, so it can't be assigned to an object of node 3D. Oh, that's a good point. That's a pretty good point, dude. Yeah, so can I change this type? Change type. Character body 3D. And then we also need to add a collision shape. And we'll make the collision shape roughly about the size of the goblin body. Why am I not seeing a collision shape here? Oh, I am. Okay, it's just very small. There we go. What is fucking 15, and then let's go 3. Let's go a little bit less. A little bit less. Bring it up. So there we go. That's our collision shape, even though I don't think we really need it too much. Let's try that again. And this time we shouldn't have any issues. Let's go to goblin smashing scene, and we'll run it. So he's looking at us, but he's not playing any of our animations, and he's not following us. So, what is going on? Let's take a look. So we have a goblin. He should be into the next state, which is spawn, so he should be playing this fight idle. And then I don't think, once he gets out of... Oh, I guess I need to change this. Fight idle. Once he finishes that one, then he'll move to the next state, which is chase. And let me try that. Man. Alright, so he does his animation, and that's right, we didn't add a thing on the animation player. We need to do that as well. Really throwing it in today. Alright, animation finished, connect, and we will connect it to the goblin. Now we should be good to go. Give it that 100% stone cold lock of the week. So he finishes the animation and then he runs after us just very slowly and in the wrong direction. He actually moves faster, I guess, based on... Is he moving faster? Yeah. That's weird. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's spinning. But yeah, he will attack us when we get too close to him. So that's good. But yeah. Now we need to do some other shit. First, we gotta figure out why he is not coming for us. Is there a reason for that? Let's turn off the look at. And we'll see what happens. We also go to the goblin smashing area, and I'm going to add some lights. So we'll say world environment, and we'll... I'm actually going to save the environment from over here, and then we'll just load that environment in so I don't have to make a whole new one. So let's go make unique, and we'll save. And this will be blood environment. Where did I just save that? Save... Oh, shit, whatever. Fuck it. We'll figure it out. So we'll go to Goblin Smashing Area. We'll go to Quick Load. There should only be one. We'll load it. Then if I go to my 3D, it looks darker, but I think it should be brighter. Alright, and we got rid of the thing where he's turning around to try and face us, so he should just follow us now. And yeah, it's interesting. So I guess he is... let's turn up the speed and see if that makes it a little bit better. I'm also going to do this on the player on the crossbow. I'm going to add a light. So we'll say light, spotlight 3D. And we'll just bring it out a little bit, like right here. And forward. So we illuminate our path a little bit. Let's see how that works. Goblin, where are you at? We need to go to your speed and put you at, let's go with 10. So yeah, Goblin Smashing Area, and then we'll run. So he's following us a little bit more smoother, but he gets closer. When we move diagonally, he moves faster for some fucking reason. I'm not sure why that is, but we can figure that out later. So we need to flesh out the mechanics for this crossbow as well, so we can shoot our guy and then spin him into these big whirling things of death. We also need to make some collision for this shit and get these spinning and maybe get some sounds for them. We can get rid of that plane, and then we need to add a normal to this so it doesn't look so shitty. Nice. I am going to take a break real quick. I just gotta grab some coffee and do some other shit. So I will be right back. I'm gonna throw some text up on the screen. And then I guess we'll finish hooking up the crossbow when I get back. So I'm just going to run this scene. And yeah, I guess we're in it to win it. I don't know. Is there anything going to spawn? Probably. Whatever. He'll just come over here and kill us, but not a big deal. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, we're back in it. So I think I only spawned 16 of these, so luckily I didn't keep going and going. But yeah, I need to correct some stuff on there. I need to make this crossbow fireable, and we're still swinging the hammer. Nice. So I'm gonna finish getting everything on here. Cool. Let me. What do I want to do? First, the crossbow. So I go to the player. Let's give it a code. So we have this big thing right here. We're only going to have these two weapons. I don't really feel like making a whole bunch of weapons, so we really don't need like a whole system. We really just need some simple things to understand when we have it equipped. So I think I'll just make an on-ready var, and we'll say crossbow. Yeah, crossbow active. And it'll either be the hammer or the crossbow, so nice. So cool, and we'll just keep the same event. So if event is hammer swing, then we will do the whole thing here, and I'll just put another if statement. If crossbow active, then we will do the crossbow logic. So I'm just going to pass right here, and then I'll say else, and there we go. We'll just continue on with everything else that we were doing. So that way we won't interfere with any of our other code, and we'll set this equal to true for right now. Cool. And then so we're going to say can attack equals false for sure. That's the one thing we're going to do. We're going to get our other animation player. So we need to get our crossbow animation player. So I guess we'll just do that. If I was going to have a ton of weapons, this would not be a good way to do it. But since we're only going to have these two, and we'll just hide them. And let's go ahead and make a switch between them button. So if we have like WASD to move around, what do you think should be to switch them? Spacebar is going to be to fire and to reload. I guess, right? Yeah, why not? And then E is to interact. I guess we'll make R switch for right now. So we'll go to project settings, and then we'll go to input map. We'll say switch weapons. Switch weapons. And then we'll just say R. That'll be fine. So I can get rid of that. And then I'll say if... yeah, I guess we could do Q. What is going on here? Yeah, let's actually do Q. Q is a better button to use than R, because R is always reload. Everyone knows that. So let's go switch weapons. It's always faster than what was it? Switching to your sidearms always faster than using your knife or whatever the fuck. The old meme. What was I gonna do? Q. Q. There we go. QAnon. Everyone trust the plan. We're going to do if event.is action pressed, and we'll do switch weapons. Then we will set whatever is, we'll say if crossbow, if crossbow active, we'll say crossbow. Crossbow active equals false. So if it's not active, then we don't do anything, and if it is active, then we set it equal to false, right? But I guess no. Yeah, if it's false, we gotta set it equal to true. So we'll say else crossbow active equals true. one of them tells only truths and the other tells only lies. And we have to differentiate between them. So, if we switch weapons, that should toggle our crossbow active, and that should toggle which one we're hitting here. And then let's also, so if we're setting it equal to false, we're going to hide the crossbow. So let's go ahead and get that. Let's go, yeah, crossbow holder, and we'll just set the whole thing equal to, we'll just say .hide. I can do that, right? Yeah. And then we'll show it here. So if it's not true, we set it equal to true, and if it's false, we set it equal to true. Awesome, cool. And then we'll say show down here. And there we go. And then we also got to get the hammer. So we'll say the weapon holder hammer, and we'll say this one will show because we're swapping. It'll be the opposite of these, the versa versa or whatever. Yeah. All right. Nice. So let's make sure that works. So when we press Q, yeah, when we press Q, it should be doing the thing. Nice. Let's give it a shot. Cool. Come on, you can load. I guess the new area is going to load faster. Nice, yeah, we can swap weapons. And so now we don't play any logic because we don't hear the hammer sound, but we can go back here. And too bad I can't beat this goblin to death, but you know, it is what it is. But that's pretty nice. I like that. So, cool. What do we got to do now? So the crossbow. I guess we'll probably put a script on that, maybe, or because it's going to be annoying to like have to keep going back to that animation player here. Basically, if the crossbow is loaded, we want to fire, and then if it's not loaded, it'll start reloading itself when we hit the button. So you have to, like, you know, it's like a bolt action rifle in a game where you'd be like, bam, you fire it, and then you press the space bar, and it reloads it again, and then you bam, you fire it. So, I mean, that way it gives it more weight when it fires, I feel like. And then maybe I'll upgrade it or something to be faster, but I want it to be, like, purposefully costly of time to shoot in the beginning. So, what am I doing here? Let's go crossbow. Okay, not here. That's switch weapons. So if if it is active and we're hitting the space bar, we're gonna send something to our crossbow and say, instead of doing this, we'll say crossbow. I'll spell it right. We'll say, I guess, crossbow holder. No, we'll actually get the actual crossbow, and we'll say dot. I guess we want. I'm trying to think of what to call this. We're basically saying it to like send an impulse. So we're gonna tell it like, hey, if you're ready to fire, go ahead and fire, and if you're not, go ahead and reload. So I guess it would be you know, send signal or send do something, basically. It'd be like progress firing is what I'm going to call it. Progress firing. Thank you. Yeah, I just realized you guys can't see my glorious face. So, let me grab another sparkling water because I'm dying. All right, progress firing. So let's go ahead and write the script on the fucking crossbow. Sorry, I'm losing it over here. crossbow, might as well put it in the player thing, and we need to make a function called progress firing. There we go, and we'll go here and say pass. So what do we want to do here? I guess we should make a state machine for this. So we're going to make a onReady var, because we're going to have it 3 states, and it'd be annoying to do them with all bools. It would just be a pain in the fucking ass. onReady var prev state equals just a string. Do this. Do it as fast as possible. We'll go previous state, we'll go next state, and we'll go cur state for current. We'll go down here and we'll say func process. There we go. Next state equals actually we're going to do current state equals next state. Current state equals next state, but before that we have to save the previous state from the current state. So yeah, prev state equals current state. So we got that save-a-rooney, and then we have to do a match statement down here, and we'll match the current state. So we're going to have a fire state. We're going to have a reload state. So reload right here. And what else are we going to have? I can't fucking remember. Fire, reload. I guess, reel, possibly. Reel, possibly. I don't know. For the fishing rod or whatever. But yeah, so I guess we'll have to see whatever state we're in, and then, so we're going to say progress firing, and I guess we'll say, we can basically make logic saying whatever we're in here. So if we're in the fire state, move to the next one. If, well, I guess we can just update the state then, can't we? And it would just do it for us, and we don't need to have a progress firing impulse. We can just update our state through here. Let's try that. That's a cool way to do it. Yeah, because we can just check the state and then move it. So let's set, we need an idle as well. Sorry, I'm all out of sorts. It's Friday. Idle, and then we'll say pass. And we'll basically put some animations in here. So what am I doing? Animation player dot play, and this will be idle crossbow, and then we'll have the fire. So we'll go animation player dot play, and fire will be I've spelled it horribly wrong, but fire crossbow, and then we'll go to reload. We'll go to animation player, and we'll play the I think it's where is it? Loading crossbow. And then here, I think we'll just take this one off for now, and I'll deal with that later. Sorry, I have to cough a bunch today. I guess the leaves are starting to fall, a bunch of pollen or whatever. But yeah, idle, fire, and reload. So I guess if we're in the idle, does that mean we don't have one equipped, or do we need 2 different states for one equipped and one not? Or we'll just make it favorable to the player and we'll fire once we're there. Or we'll just do this. We'll say at onReady var, we'll say loaded. That might have been an easier way to do it, but this will make it a more solid way, and this will make it false. So, what we can do is when we're in the player script, we are hitting the space bar. We have the crossbow right here. We can check the state. So we can say like if crossbow.state, if, but we don't want to do that, do we? Yeah, maybe we do. Let me just think this out. If we have the crossbow, and then we check the current state, and that equals idle. We're actually, all we need to do is check the loaded, right? We can just check the loaded variable, and if that's true, then we can change it to the crossbow. Oh wait, no. We need to get the actual node, and we can just change the state of it to fire. Right here, and then we'll just say next state will update to fire, and I think that would be a good way to do it, right? So we come in here, the crossbow is active, we can attack, we set that to false so we can't keep clicking this. We then check if the crossbow is loaded. If it is loaded, we go to the next state fire. If it's not loaded, what we'll do is say next state, we'll tell it to go to what is it, reload or whatever. Next state, let me double check that script, but I'm pretty sure it is reload. And then we'll probably have to make some type of thing for that. So animation player, oh wait, no, this script right here. Yeah, reload. So then we play the loading crossbow, and I guess what I'll do is I'll just put on the animation player here, we gotta connect the animation finished. We'll connect it to the crossbow right there. And what we'll do is say match the animation we just finished. So match anim name. And if it is what is it, fire Seos bow, because I spelled it wrong. If it's that one, then we can say loaded equals false. There we go, and we'll copy this a couple times, and we'll just well, no, we can't really. There'd be no utility for that. So fire crossbow, we want loading crossbow. So loading crossbow right there. If it finishes that animation, we want to put loaded to equals true. There we go. And cool. So let's see how that works for us. That should work, although we don't really fire anything. It just goes through the animations. So yeah, we'll see. And then I guess I'll just spawn in an arrow and make the arrow shoot at like the spot we're aiming at, wherever we hit. So if I hit E, next state, with T, please. Alrighty, let's try that again. I think it should work just fine. Alright. Oh, I guess that animation loops. That is an issue. Let's try unlooping that animation. Or maybe I'm just playing it over and over again. Oh, I think I am playing it over and over again. But let's try the looping thing first. So if I go to... where is it? Loading crossbow. So it's not looping. Oh wait, no, I do have it all the way over here. I just want this... Let me go to 3D and take a look at this. So I think the issue is on the crossbow, I'm going here, and what I need to be doing is if the current state is not equal to the previous state. So if we're just entering this state right here, then we're going to do that. So I need to do this for all of them. That way we're only calling the animation player once instead of calling it 60 times a second. I believe that's what the issue is. Just want to confirm. I'm going to go ahead and run that. Oh, wrong scene, but it still will work, so who cares? There we go. So we can fire, and then if I hit it again, we reload, and then I fire. You can see the textures warping at the end. I forgot to fix that weight paint. That's pretty funny. But that's essentially what we want. I'm going to give unlimited ammo, and I think I'll angle it a little more to face the crosshair. It does look very stupid and cartoony. But yeah, you can see we made the claw yesterday. But yeah, this would be like hella funny if you load it up and then you hit it and you see like 3 of them like get pinned to the wall with this thing, and you go over there and collect the meat. That would be funny as fuck, dude. And then you can always switch to your hammer and bash them about the head and neck, you know. And I figured I wouldn't spawn these guys inside this area. It's just not going to be practical. I think what I'll do in here is have like rats and roaches, and then you'll have like a spray can and spray them, and they'll just like ruin your food orders. But having these guys chase you around would be a pain in the ass. So that was my idea. But yeah. So I guess we have to start spawning in the arrow. Thinking about how much do I want to do tonight. I gotta go drive like 10 hours to move a fucking couch tomorrow. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have to wake up at 6 in the morning to go move this couch and a bed. And it's like, how much is it worth, really? Like, just to throw this thing out in the middle of the street. Like, I'll pay you, like... As a family member, I'm helping. But it's like, man, I'll give you, like, $400 right now to just go buy a new couch or whatever. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a very expensive one. But anyway, yeah. So what am I going to do? I guess I'll add the arrow when you shoot stuff. Well, they're like moving apartments. It's more than that. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff and they want help moving, and I'm like, yeah, I'll come help you. But it's like, damn, dude, I really don't want to drive like 5 hours tomorrow. But whatever. So I like how Artless just stops playing again. All right, so we got the goblin. Not what I wanted to do. We got the player. So when we load the crossbow, we need to spawn in an arrow, and then I guess we'll kitty cat. Get out of here. All right, we got the crossbow. We're gonna need a reference to our arrow. So let's I guess bring that into a scene and make a scene out of it. Go over here. We'll bring in the arrow. 3D. Bring that thing in right here. We'll make it local. And it's probably really small. Let's go to transform and bring it back to our normal whatever. I'm going to close one of these viewports. Probably still can't see it. I guess it's there. Maybe it's all really small. Hold on, I'm just going to scale it up really big and see if I can see. Maybe it's... Oh. Yeah, the scale's all messed up. That could be one issue. So that's our arrow. I guess it didn't come over so good. What if I undo that? So I think it's supposed to be more like this, and then these are going to be smaller. Well, we can figure it out in a minute. We just really need something in there. So what if I just save this mesh? Or maybe I should just make a better one. Let's just make a better one. So it's right here. All right, so Control A, all transforms. I'm actually going to go to Object, Set Origin, Origin to Center of Mass. And this Then if I export it, that should be good, right? File, export, GLTF. I'm going to call this better arrow. Better arrow. Export. And we'll go on back. And let's get rid of this. And get rid of that. And put the better arrow in there. So at least it's showing up this time. We'll say make local. We'll bring that here. And then we'll say arrow right there. And I'm going to get rid of this one. All right. Arrow. There we go. So that's basically just a mesh, and we're going to spawn it in whenever we're in the scene, I guess. So the player, whenever we load the crossbow, we're going to spawn that in. So should we spawn it on the crossbow script? I believe so. I guess we should do it when we reload. So at on ready var arrow equals load, and then we'll load the arrow if you can find it. Did I not save it? Maybe unsaved. Awesome. So I'll control S to save, and then we'll just save it in the melee weapons. We'll say arrow. Cool. And then we'll go back to our player and the script right here. There we go. Arrow. Arrow.tscn. Perfect. There we go. And then we'll just have to instantiate that. So we'll do it down here. In the reload, and we only want to do it once because we don't want to spawn an endless amount of arrows. I've done that before in Godot. I think everyone's done that at least once, where you just see like a line of shit coming out every time you try and fire. It's funny, but it like it's not good for the frame rate. Okay. So, what did I say I want to do? I want to say var. We're just going to call it arrow. I'll just call it A equals arrow dot instantiate, and then we'll say add child A, and perfect. Yeah. Nice. I think that's what we'll do for now, and we'll see where it spawns in. If I go to my arrow scene, it's pretty close to the... Oh, it's not at all. So let's go to the transform. We'll go back to 0. That way we're just kind of evened out, and we'll see where it shows up. It'll probably show up somewhere weird, and we'll have to adjust it. But that's just the nature of being a really shitty modeler and not knowing how to put stuff together correctly. So it should be fine. Loading up the scene, and I guess it's basically just going to like spawn in above us is what I'm predicting, or somewhere we can't even see. So it's probably like behind us or underneath us, but we can't see it because of where we're at. So debugger 9, what are you freaking out about? Time, delta, yeah, these aren't big things. I'm not going to worry about that. Player, let me close that. So let me just make the arrow gigantic. That's a good way to do it. Let's go scale, and it's already broken, so I can just take this, let's just make it super long. Yeah, let's go 50. So we should see an arrow somewhere, if it's there. Baby. Okay, loading on up. And we go bam. So we are getting an arrow. It's just it's more of like a boner basically. So we need to bring it up for sure. So let's take the arrow and we'll bring it up like this to maybe like 17. What is our player height? If I go to my collision shape 3D, it's at like 22. So yeah, 17 seems good. And then we'll run it again. And you might think, wow, this is a really inefficient way to do it if you're trying to make it look good. And it's like, yeah, it is. So I might have to do it a different way. I'm just thinking about this now. Awesome. Maybe if I bring it in there, I hit reload, and then our thing shows up way above my head. Perfect. So how can I make this a little better? So I'm the player, and we're instantiating it on the crossbow here. If I go to my crossbow holder, damn, I should make a point for it to spawn is what I should be doing. So let's just make a node 3D, and we're going to attach it to our, yeah, we're going to attach it to our crossbow right here. No, not a node. Delete node. Let's go plus node 3D. And I could make this a bone attachment, but I think this is going to be a better option. And I'm going to call this arrow notch, just arrow position. Arrow position. And I think I'll spawn the arrow on that. And that should be the better way to do this. Because our crossbow is horribly off from where it is sitting. So we got this right here. It'll be good enough. Let's save that, and then let's modify our script. So add child, and I guess we'll make it a child of the arrow position because there's no reason not to, really. Arrow position dot add child A, the instantiated arrow. So then we'll go back to our scene A. And we'll give it a shot and see what happens. So we run it, we reload, and our arrow is way up there. Oh, do we move it over here? Yeah, we did. That's right. So let's take it and move it back to where it should have been. So we'll do that. Then we should see some improvement, hopefully. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, it's just being weird. Okay, there we go. So now it's showing up where it should. It's just showing up a little bit too late. Or too early or whatever. Bam, shit you right in the fucking back, man. Alright, so. At least it's getting there. So, what do we need to do? Maybe we should add it as a child of that bone. That would be interesting. Yeah, let's add the bone attachment. That should move with the thingy. So if I go to my skeleton, I'm not sure which bone it is, though. We would have to look at that. I'm going to go to bone attachment. Bone attachment 3D. Let me go to my 3D. So let's try bone 04. Where is that? Not that one. 05. That's the one. So I'm going to then put the arrow position on there. And we'll spawn stuff on that. So let's try that out. We'll save it. I'll go to crossbow. And we just need to add a bone position. Yeah. And then slash arrow position right there, and now it should load and move with our thing. All right, well, it does work. Let me go back to our scene so we can see it in the light. I guess our animation automatically plays, or we're in the idle already. So we're here. I guess I shouldn't spawn it till after the animation finishes, really. Or, I'm not sure. I don't really want to go through all the trouble of having, like, to do hands that, like, put it in. You know what I mean? I think it would be better to just have, kind of it just appear like magic or something. Or, yeah, or just kind of come in from the top, or, like, maybe it just turns up. I don't know. But how would we shoot it? So we can do collision a whole bunch of different ways. We could just shoot a ray cast from the front and get whatever we hit. And we could also just shoot the arrow forward with, like, you know, whenever we shoot the ray cast, we do that. Or we could make the arrow have collision. Did I get the super chat dono? I gotta check. Hold on, let me check my YouTube shit now. It's a good question. I don't know. I gotta go to YouTube Studio. It loads like a day or two after, so... Yes, I did get it. $1.39 in super chats. Living the high life over here. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't really do this for money. It's more about, like, just fucking around and having fun. But, yeah, so... I think I'll probably be wrapping it up for tonight, because I just got a lot of shit to get done. But, yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. I'll be back to do more tomorrow, or maybe I'll be back on later tonight if I can't fall asleep or whatever. But, yeah, everyone have a good one, and I guess I'll see you next stream. Later.